Good morning, students. Now we are in lesson 19, Movements in Animals. And this is part 3 of this lesson. And our video session is 28. Recapitulation. In our last class, we studied about the movements in fish, movements in human body, types of movements and joints, types of movable joints and immovable joints. Finally, we studied about synovial joints. Now, these are the topics we studied in the previous video session. In this video session, we are going to study some more topics in this lesson. Skeleton system. The skeleton system provides the odd structure or a framework to the human body. The skeleton only giving a structure to a human body. It supports and protects the body from the harms and dangers. It has a connective tissues and bones, then cartilage, tendons, and ligaments. After connecting these skeleton to the bones, cartilages, and tendons, it is giving the entire structure of the body. Without the skeleton, we don't have any joints, and the movement is also not possible in the human being. It is a more than like a stone that is protecting our body. In that, no, calcium is a main content. It is making a body to move as well as it makes our body very strong. We have a types of skeleton, exoskeleton and endoskeleton. Exoskeleton, it is a skeleton that is found on the exterior. Exterior means in the outside this skeleton is formed. It's a layer of the body and it's basically originate from embryonic ectoderm or mesoderm like scales in the species. So actually it is covering the outer of the skeleton. How the fishes have scales, likewise this skeleton covers the outer layer of our body, and then it is odd layer of the tortoise and feathers on the birds. It protects and preserves the inner organs. How the tortoise shell is very hard, likewise this exterior exoskeleton was very hard and it is protecting the inner organs of our body. Then endoskeleton, and this is the endoskeleton found inside the human body. So inside the human body we have some of the skeleton. In that, its body originates from the mesoderm. These are found in almost all vertebrate, in the mainly body structure. So all the vertebrate, vertebrates as a backbone. So those vertebrates, they have this endoskeleton to make an entire body structure to regulating the movements and then body structure. Here we have a heading, functions of skeleton. So what is the functions of this skeleton? Now we are going to see it provides a structure and shape to the body. Yes, because it's providing structure and giving shape to a body. It supports and surrounds the internal organs of the body. It supports our internal organs, and then also it is protecting those organs. Calcium and phosphorus, the two minerals that the body needs for important regulatory functions, are stored inside the bone. So our body needs calcium and phosphorus for a regular work for our body. Those calcium and phosphorus was stored in our bones to do the regulatory function of our body. Red blood cells are produced in the bone marrow. So in the bone marrow itself, the red blood cells are produced. The bones of the skeletal system act as a lever for muscular action. So it is acting as a helping. It is helping for the muscles action as well as the movement of our body. Without these muscles and then skeleton, the movement is not possible. And the ligaments. So tissues. When the bones are there, bones is covered with the muscles, and then muscles are covered tissues as well as the skin layer. So these are the things are combining together and making our body to stand upright as well as a movement of the body. Constituents of the skeleton. So what are the parts it has? long bones. Here in this picture you can see the long bones. The long bones. This is a long bone. What is it? Is found in arms and legs. You know, no, in our arms. Arms above below the shoulder we have arms, as well as in our legs. The long bones are present in our body. And then short bones found in a wrist and then ankle in a vertebral column. Short bone. See here. This is a short bones. It is found in our wrist. Wrist, you know, watches we are wearing there. The wrist, ankle. It on the foot side we have ankle, and then vertebral column. Vertebral column is nothing but of our backbone joining. Flat bones. See in this picture of flat bone, it is found in a skull. Skull we have present in our head. Ribs. Ribs present. It is protecting our heart and lungs. Shoulder and hips. So these are the places we have a flat bones present in our body. Irregular bones. See, they don't have any shape. So I can call it as irregular bones. These bones are found in spine and vertebral column, mandible, palatine, inferior nasal, concha and aorta. Okay, these are the bones present in our spine, vertebral and then different parts of our body. It is presented. So these are the types of bones we have in our body. It is giving structure to our body. Parts of a skeleton. Now we are going to see the different parts of the skeleton. The first one is axial skeleton. So what is axial skeleton? Here in the picture of axial skeleton. The axial skeleton consists of the bones along the axis or central line of the human body. See, where are the places we have axial skeleton? It is mainly for a central line of the human body. So skull, larynx skeleton, spine cord, and then thoracic cage, the rib cage. So the central part of our body, our head, neck, rib cage, and then our spinal cord. So these are all the places we have axial skeleton. The axial skeleton consists of the skull, facial bones, sternum, ribs, and vertebral column. So these are the bones, main bones, because internal organs are protected through this, and then our brain also protected in this axial skeleton. Next, skull. So in that itself we have a skull. Skull we already studied it as a immovable bones. It is odd structure made by of small bones. It is formed by 22 bones out of 8. 8 are fixed together to form the cranium. So we have a 22 bones. In that itself 8 only immovable bones. These are the fixing together and make a cranium. Cranium we have in the brain, and 14 bones used to form the face. So remaining 14 bones is combining together to make a face structure. The only bone which has a movable joint is the lower jaw. This movable joint is supported by the muscle. So in this skull system, only the lower jaw, we are moving our mouth to speak. This lower jaw only movable part in our skull. The remaining part we cannot move. So this much this skull was out, and then it was protected by the 22 bones. Here we have a vertebral column. In this vertebral column, running at the back of the body, it is also called the spine. So the vertebral column is also called as a backbone. It is the trunk region to offer support to the upper part of the body. Trunk, it's like a trunk. It's a main beam, like a beam, like a structure. It is supporting our upper part of the body, and then it is giving a straight posture to our body also. These vertebral column is made up of individual bones called vertebrae. So these columns are made up of an individual bone. Each columns are made up of individual bone. Then when it is supporting our body, total vertebral column consists of 7 cervical vertebrate and 12 number of vertebrate. So totally it has a 7 columns. Columns, you know what is a column? It has a 7 columns and then 12 number of vertebrae. And then 5 fused sacral and 3 fused coccygeal vertebrate. So we have a vertebrates in the different types. 7 is in a column, 12 lumbar. Lumbar means in the horizontal side, and then 5 fused. Fused means one another it is combining, and then 3 fused coccygeal to give a joint to the other bone. So these are the bones combining together and giving a structure to our body. Now we are going to see the functions of vertebral column. So what are the functions? Here you can see the pictures of the vertebral column. It protects the spinal cord. The vertebral column is protecting our spinal cord, and then it supports the head. Yes, it is supporting our head to have upright look. It serves as an attachment for the ribs. So for the rib cage only, it has a back side as well as a front side. So it is protecting our inner organs. And then it provides a support and place of attachment for the pectoral and pelvic region. So pectoral and pelvic. So these are the pectoral and pelvic bone. In this side, it is protecting and supporting the body. It protects the movement for the human skeleton. So skeleton, we are turning our heads now. For the movement of that, it is helping. And it is helping in walking and standing erect with the correct posture. To stand upright, correct posture, we need to stand it. For that, these vertebral columns are helping. Here we are going to study about a rib cage. See, rib cage, it is supported by the backbone, that is vertebral column, and then inside this rib cage we have lungs and then heart. Many inner organs are present inside in this rib cage. Rib cage occupies the chest region. In our chest region only we have a rib cage. It is a cone shaped structure made up of 12 pairs of bones. So it has a 12 pairs of bones, and then the ribs are attached to the vertebrae. So in the vertebrates only these ribs are attached, which curves around to form a cage. Cage, you know, no outer cage, what we can say inside the cage means what we can say, the birds are kept inside a cage. Like that, the cage, this rib cage is acting to us. 10 pairs of ribs are attached to the breastbone at the front. So 10 pairs is attached to the front to protecting our chest. These are called as a free floating ribs. We are calling as a free floating ribs, and then this rib cage is set up in such a way that you can contract and expand. While we are breathing in and breathing out, the contract and then extract, it is helping. The process of breathing. The rib cage protects the underlying lungs, hearts, and some part of our liver. So under this rib cage, we have a heart, lungs, and then some parts of the liver. It is protecting these three inner organs. Assignment for this class: answer the questions. What are the types of skeletal system we have? Write the functions of skeleton. What are the parts of the skeleton? List the functions of vertebral column, and then draw the structure of rib cage. Thank you, students. Have a wonderful day.